Bad polls and a Democrat that sounds like Reagan? Yeah, I hear the president is none too happy with Fox News right now with some of these polls that they are putting out. One here in regards to the administration's economic policies. Have you personally been helped or hurt by the economic policies of the Trump Biden administration? Or have they not made much of a difference either way? Trump right now, 15% helped, 46% hurt, 39% no difference. Biden last year helped, 17% higher than Trump. Hurt, 47%, no difference, 35%. Even some other polls as well. Personal financial situation now, good, 40%. Not good, poor, 60%. All of these numbers, poll after poll after poll. And again, you watch the children on Fox and Friends in the morning bending over backwards. It's like they're playing Twister. Like they're playing Twister on air. Oh, well, I don't think we've given him enough time. I don't really think it's fair that people are answering the polls that way. Come on, man. Seriously? Anyway, this was interesting. Okay. Americans showing consensus. Isn't it? It's odd. You know how they like to basically like put wedges between people? Showing consensus on many democracy-related matters. Again, Americans are evenly split on the pace of cultural change, basically responsibility for meeting basic needs evenly. It's interesting. You take a look at some of these polls and how alike many people think on many issues. Okay, we all know. Okay, right now it's tough. It's interesting. This was in the Wall Street Journal today. This is something I've been talking about for some time. America's middle class is weary. After nearly 5 years of high prices, many middle-class earners thought life would be more affordable by now. Costs for goods and services are 25% above where they were in 2020. Even though the inflation rate is below its recent 2022 high, essentials, coffee, ground beef, car repairs are up quite a bit. Again, it's part of my Markowski Investments Bare Necessities Inflation Index. Again, people saying life felt more doable a year and a half ago. And that's what people are saying. Middle class is defined as a household income between, it's pretty broad, between $66,000 and $200,000, depending on where you live in the country. Like $200,000 in New York City, you're most certainly barely getting by. It's middle class. You're grinding there. Again, people like, well, Trump just got in. Listen, okay, should have been focused like this, like a laser beam when he came in. And without a doubt, I'm sorry. Okay, the tariffs have hurt. They haven't helped. A Democrat wrote an op-ed. It was interesting. Same day this thing comes out. Democrat wrote an op-ed today. Rahm Emanuel. He was Obama's chief of staff for a period of time. I think mayor of Chicago as well for a period of time. That sounded Reagan-esque. And it's coming from power player Democrat. Again, I don't know if this would fly with the Democratic Party at this point in time. Column is a Democrats' challenge for the 2028 election. It isn't enough to get away from wokeness. My party needs an economic agenda rooted in American values. Donald Trump has been the main character of American politics since he strode down that golden escalator in 2015. He reshaped the GOP in his own image and compelled Democrats to define themselves in opposition. Now, in the wake of this month's sweeping Democratic victories, Mr. Trump remains a clear and present danger, but his centrality has begun to fade. The controversial deal to end the shutdown has prompted short-term scrutiny of Democratic priorities. By the end of the Trump era, is opening up a rare window for both parties to redefine themselves. Now, with the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Senator Ted Cruz separating themselves from the White House on issues from censorship and Jeffrey Epstein to healthcare, the GOP needs to figure out whether it is for free trade or tariffs, for fiscal discipline or blowing out the deficit, for gutting Social Security or leaving alone, for containing Vladimir Putin or collaborating with him. Put this aside. Democrats face a different challenge that is similarly consequential. Much as we all celebrated our victories, the recent election results were more a repudiation of Trump's GOP than an affirmation of the Democrats' agenda. Everyone from Governors-elect Mickey Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger to Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani wisely chose to focus on the rising cost of living. More important, they sidestepped the identity-based grievances that dominated the party's messaging and exposed Democrats to GOP attacks for being too woke. Even Mr. Mamdani, who once vowed to defund the police, promised to keep the ranks of the New York City Police Department at least even and agreed to keep Commissioner Jessica Tisch. Moving forward, Democrats have to do more than simply muzzle their unsuccessful messages. They need to craft a narrative and agenda that reflects America's middle-class economic values. We need to be more about opportunities and responsibilities, holy crap, and less about rights and guarantees. This is a Democrat in 2025. Again, yeah, I agree with this. The American dream, the expectation that each generation should do better than the last, should become our North Star. Beyond focusing on economic rather than social issues, we need to unveil a new moral compact. It should be simple. If you work hard, play by the rules, and know right from wrong, you earn a shot at climbing the economic ladder. Not a guarantee, but an opportunity. For Generation Z, this would be novel. This is a politics based on values, but it's different from the morality Democrats have preached in recent years. It isn't about identity, grievance, or victimhood. It doesn't see the world as a battle between oppressors and the oppressed. It says that the government's proper role is to clear a path so those who put in the elbow grease can earn success. The chance to score shouldn't be reversed for those born on third base, as the rules dictate today. Those who pull themselves up by the bootstraps should be able to attain a life materially more comfortable than their parents. Rahm Emanuel's starting to sound like me on my show here. Again, I'm kind of thrown back by this for a little bit. This would mark a dramatic departure from the reality that has emerged in the first quarter of the 21st century. The Harris campaign's decision to make protecting our democracy its central message communicated that Democrats weren't really focused on anything, and certainly not the challenges faced in attaining the American dream. Republicans present squabbling over whether to be open to an online provocateur who believes Hitler is cool, reveals where the GOP's real priorities lie. Yeah, like him, hey, whatever it may be, Fuentes is going to be a problem. It is what it is. Again, I'm a free speech guy, but it's not going to resonate well. All of which is to say that Democrats face a unique opportunity to renew their brand. People today believe that the system is rigged because it is. The system is too geared toward preserving wealth for those who already have it, to the detriment of creating wealth for those who don't. Again, I say the same thing. Talk about, and again, the government does this. WatchDog on Wall Street, acts of evil. Big business, politicians, media, they help each other. We watch it in real time. Regulatory capture, regulations written, protecting businesses, hurting small businesses. He's not wrong on this. The last two administrations both aspired to restore dynamics to bygone eras, to make America great again, and to build back better. Now that the post-Trump era is in sight, Democrats need to turn the page, and quickly. The 2008 campaign will be the first election in decades that's about the future. Most younger voters have no real conception of an era when working and middle-class families could presume hard work would lead to better material circumstances. Not everyone will agree that establishing this new moral compact should be our party's lodestone. That's okay. We should welcome a raucous open primary to thrash out who we are and who we're going to fight for. Let's rumble. The debate can't come soon enough. As America wakes up to the geopolitical threat posed by China, we don't have a person or a community to spare. We can't be complacent when nearly half of our high school seniors have below basic math skills and reading scores across the board 10 points lower than they were 30 years ago. Holy crap. Again, he's sounding more like me. Or when towns across America feel as though they're living in what others consider flyover country. China's too dynamic for this not to be a whole of country effort. Everyone should feel he has skin in the game, and all citizens should feel they have contribute to the nation's renewal. Democrats focused on the future in a new era of vast uncertainty need to establish themselves as the party better prepared to invest and build so America can compete and win. It does, Reagan-esque things or Clinton-esque things. And here, we're just going to fly with the AOCs and the Crockett's of the world. No, that's not their brand. Interesting editorial by Rahm Emanuel. It's unfortunate. We live in a point in time where seemingly the extremist ideas are basically manning the helm right now. And because of that, this is what we get. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.